All right. Good afternoon, everybody. It's great to see you all here. First thing in the afternoon, just as the market closed, we got 1 hour. 1 hour till the market closes. We're going to see if we can't make a little bit of money so we can add it to our portfolio. All right. So, how are you guys today? Let's come in here real quick and look at our portfolio. We're going to pull it up here. I'm going to see if I can bring it onto this screen without screwing everything up. All right. How come Microsoft won't let me do that? Oh, you silly thing. Is this what we're supposed to be doing here? Cash cow portfolio, trade portfolio. Here we go. All right. Let's bring this onto the screen and come on, Microsoft. There we go. All right. This is where we're at. We're not doing too well. We've been doing a lot of pontificating and we've been talking a lot about the cash cow portfolio. So we've been working a little bit more in there. Trade portfolio's been lacking a little bit. So we gotta make some money. Let's see if we can make some money today and not lose more than we make. All right. So we've had a couple of YouTube Power Hour trades. We ended up with $65 one day. We got our money back. We actually went down and then we got back. And then we got down a little bit, got back to 180, and that's all we've really done. These have been options trades as we've been working on our options trading. And so we haven't really had a banner month. We're only up 5 grand. So we need to get busy and make some money here in this portfolio so we can take our profits over and put them in the cash portfolio. All right, in the cash cow portfolio, which is doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with our cash cow portfolio, but not as much with the trading. We got to do more trading. So last time we bought our wife a present. We spent $500 of our money and we had to buy a wife present. All right. We're going to go to the pheasant ranch. All you guys who are going to come out to the pheasant ranch, that's what this all is. This is travel that we paid for with our trading, right? So that's our pheasant ranch stuff. And we were doing a little trading. Now we got some other stuff in here we want to do. We want to buy a Tesla Y, so we haven't done that yet. We want to buy ourselves a Harley Davidson motorcycle, which I got a $20,000 one in there. It's pretty nice. And then we got a four-wheeler, the $7,000 four-wheeler that we want to buy too. So we haven't done those things yet. We need to make a little money so that we can buy our toys and we go on our travel. And then we bought our wife a present. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. And then we can add some more things in here we want, or we can grow our portfolio. So we're not going to work on this today. This is the long-term savings and investing income portfolio, what I call UBI, Universal Basic Income. We got to make money to put money in here. Now you can make money in a number of different ways, right? You can go out and you can work at a gas station and make money and put your money in here and build yourself up a portfolio. Or you can, be a dentist and drill teeth. You can do whatever you want. You can be a doctor. You can be an engineer. You can do whatever you want. It's called a job. And then you can put your money in here. And once you're making enough money in here, you can replace your job. You don't have to work at the gas station anymore. Or you don't have to drill teeth anymore. You can just make money in your UBI, your universal basic income, and walk away from that gas station job. That's what I did. I walked away from the gas station job, right? So, all right, here we go. Let's go back over to our trade portfolio again. We got to make money, and this is the way I like to make money. Again, you can make money at the gas station or as a dentist, but I like to make money trading the markets. So I trade to make money. So I've made $5,000 so much, and it's a pretty wimpy month so far. So, but 5 grand, that's not bad. Can't complain about that. It's better than a stick in the eye, and it's more money I made at the gas station. So let's move along here and go over and make some more money. But that's our portfolio. That's where we sit today. We got the cash cow portfolio. We got the legacy portfolio. This is in here for those of you who have these calculators. And then we have the UBI calculator. And then those are all available to people who have Pit News Magazine. You get this when you subscribe to Pit News Magazine, which is our club magazine. You get this spreadsheet for free. It comes along with it. There's a link. And for those of you who have Pit News Magazine already, just go back to the last email and click on the link that says the file. And I know I said that once before and you went and clicked on it. A couple of you sent me emails and said, hey, that link is broken. Len Turner made a spelling error. So I fixed that spelling error. Thank you to the guys who notified me of that. And so you can now go back and you can get this spreadsheet by going to that link, and you can get this spreadsheet. All right. And you can start putting your trades in here, tracking them so that we can take some profits over and put it over here in our UBI, Universal Basic Income passive portfolio. Okay, follow along with me, and that's what we're going to do here. Again, your job can be whatever you want. Go work at a gas station, be an Uber driver, make money so you can put it into your cash cow portfolio. I like to trade to make money. And so we're going to go do a little bit of trading and we're going to take a look at the futures market. Now, we like to trade in the futures market. I'll give you a little banner here, real quick, just to give you an idea who I am. My name is Leanne Turner, a former instructor at the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, the Board of Education Center, currently an instructor at Utah Tech University. All right. So this is the lab for our university class, and this is for the day trading class. Now, we just started last night the stock investing class. And of course, I invited those people to come along and come out to our day trading class, but our day trading class doesn't start for a few more weeks. And so we'll get some new crop of students coming in, but this class here is going for the last crop of students. And so we get a bunch of people. And then, of course, since we're on YouTube, anybody's invited. You can all come, even though this is a lab for our university class. Everybody's welcome to come and join in and learn a little bit. This is an education site. This is where we learn how to trade. We learn what the different markets are. We learn, all the different reoccurring price patterns. We practice lots of different trading strategies, see which ones work, which ones don't. We look at the different indicators. We try them out. We do all kinds of really fun stuff here. But when I day trade, I like to day trade over in the futures market. In the futures market, I like to day trade, and I just flip that little scrolling banner over to tell you a little bit about the futures market. There's no pattern day trading rules in the futures market. So we can open an account with a small amount of money, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and we can trade to our heart's content. We don't have that $25,000 barrier like we do in the stock market over in New York. This is out of Chicago. We have different exchanges in Chicago. We can trade all kinds of fun things like wheat, corn, soybeans, which are the traditional commodities traded out of Chicago. But we can also trade the indexes. And so we have the S&P 500, we have the Dow, which you see up here in the upper right-hand corner. Down in the left-hand corner, we have the Russell 2000. In the bottom right-hand corner, we have the mini NASDAQ, as you can see in here. I got this one set to mini. There's a mini and there's a micro. So if you have a little tiny account, but I like to have the mini over here on the NASDAQ because it moves so fast and it goes really, and it's a pretty big market. So, and because it's a little bit wild, I like to calm it down a little bit. And so I'll have that down as the mini. Or excuse me, oftentimes I'll put that as the micro. So you have a micro and then you have a mini. The rest of these are all minis. Actually, this is still set to mini. Let's go set that up. Let's open that up and make that a micro just because I said that. Let's come in here and we're going to go in. And of course, this is a list of all the things you can trade. You can see in here, you got Bitcoin, you got Aussie dollar, copper, Euro FX, we got lean hogs, gold, RBOB gasoline, which is unleaded gasoline. You got crude oil, platinum, palladium, soybeans, all kinds of fun things you can trade. Wheat, corn, all live cattle, feeder cattle, all kinds of fun stuff you can trade over here in Chicago. You're not going to trade individual stocks like you do in the stock market. If you want to trade individual stocks, you have to trade with those pattern day trading rules. But all this fun stuff, you don't have to have pattern day trading rules. All right, but you do have to have a special piece of software. You have to have a trading platform that hooks to Chicago instead of hooks up to New York. And so I use this trading platform right here. It's called Track and Trade. It's won Stocks and Commodities Annual Reader's Choice Award 7 times. I need to update that graphic. It says 6 times, but it's won it 7 times since I created this graphic. You can scan that thing with your code, but of course, this is a trading platform that goes on your desktop. So you need to have a desktop application to run this trading platform. And we're using the futures version. You can get the stocks version. We do that on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the mornings at 8 o'clock. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we do power hour and we day trade. And we use the futures version for that. So go grab the futures version, come along, join us, and you can do what we do. And I'll show you all my settings, all my indicators, and we'll show you how we do that and how we trade in the futures market with no pattern day trading rules. All right. So get that. And let's see, back to our software program. I'm going to bring me down here so you can see a little bit better. Boom, like that. And all right, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to see if we can't make a little money day trading. Now, if you looked at the little marquee out front, it said that we were going to do some scalp and trail. So we need to set that up, but let's come in here on NASDAQ. I was going to change that over to the micro mini. So NASDAQ, it starts with an N. Let's see, NASDAQ mini, there's the micro. There we go. So we're going to let's open up the March contract, and we're going to just replace this one here, and we're going to get rid of this one. All right, let's just kill that one. All right, and that's on the daily chart. So let's go put that on 1 minute for now. Let's just take a look at it on 1 minute chart. Now you'll notice that I have kind of unique charts. I'm going to bring this accounting window down to open those charts up all the way. The Dow is on a range bar 6, and you'll notice this is a range bar. Now range bars are a little bit different. They're quite unique in the sense that range bars Don't have I'm going to turn off auto scale on all these charts because I don't want that on auto scale. And so I'm going to put this where I want it. So we had a nice trend. Look at that. Oh, beautiful trend. We would have made a lot of money. How much would that have been? Draw your dollar calculator in there, Lan. If we got in on the yellow dot to the yellow arrow right there, that was an $862 move in about, it looks like that was, those are 1 minute charts. That's about an hour's time frame, I'd say. So in about an hour, that was $862 on a single contract. And a single contract is $1,000. So on a $1,000 investment, you'd have made about $862 if you'd just gone from arrow to arrow. That's pretty cool. All right. And if you'd have just done one contract, but if you'd have done one or two or three or four contracts, $4,000 or $5,000, you made a little bit more. All right. So let's come in here. That's the S&P 500. And it's getting ready to looks like it might break again right here. If it'll break again, maybe we could take a long position and see if it wants to make one more run, right? Because sometimes you get these markets, they run like this. They do A, B, C patterns. So they run up and they pull back, they break down. That's the counter trend. And then maybe they'll break up and start going again. So you can draw a trend line across there. And then what you do is you say, well, if it stays above that trend line, I'll just stay in. So you put it in there and then you trail your trailing stop up and anticipate a continuation of that uptrend. Whether it does it or not, nobody knows, right? It might just go up and then pop down and do this stupid stuff like this, which is pretty common, or it might just flush right back down. But right now we're getting a buy signal, just like we did down here, and it's saying, hey, we're going to try and stay above that trend line. So we could come in and we could put an order in here, and maybe let's watch it for a second. It's pulling back a little bit. We're going to try and put one in and just stay. If it breaks, it stays above that trend line, we'll stay in. But if it breaks below that trend line, we might just get right back out. To cut your losers short, let your winners run. That's the name of the game here. We're going to go ahead. We're going to put this on strategy. We got strategy 99. I'm going to put this on strategy 1. And we're going to go ahead and bang that in there here in just a second. It's not, this is, let's go put this on all of these on strategy 1. Got lots of strategies here. I don't like that strategy there. There's sell 50 market trail ATR. I'm going to give that one more. There we go. Let's get in there. This is the mini. So we're going to put it in there. We're going to see. I want to see it take off and run a little bit. Yesterday or last time we were day trading, we traded all, for the last hour. And then we made a little bit of money and we're like, oh, well, we lost a little bit. We made a little bit. It was really hard trading. And so I quit about 10 minutes before the bell. And I said, well, we got $180. I'm going to walk away with that because we had a really hard morning or a really hard afternoon. And then that was the last 10 minutes when the market took off and made all kinds of money. And I was just like, oh, crap, that's Land's luck. So I don't know, maybe we'd trade right up until the closing bell today, but we'll have to wait and see. I'd like to see this market continue higher and stay above that natural trend line. I got my stop in there on the ATR, average true range, which is the yellow dots, and that's a trailing stop. We could put this up here, maybe 90, 61.8 projection, somewhere up in there, 90%. See if that market, if it gets up that high, we'll just take our profits off. That would be a really nice profit up in there. How much would that be if we went up all the way from where we end to that line right there? That'd be about $800. That'd be about what it did last time. So we'll see. We're up $62 right now. We just want to see it continue. I don't want to trail it too tight. I want to kind of use this stop, this line right here as our stop. As long as it stays above the trend line, I want to stray in. So I'm going to come in here and stop telling it to trail. So we're just going to hold that right there at the trend line. If it backs off, let's put this our stop. Let's put it right in there, just kind of right underneath that trend line. So if it comes back and breaks the trend line, we'll get out. But as long as it stays above that trend line, we'll stay in. All right. How's that sound? So for now, we'll just kind of let it run. And we could add a second one. It's kind of taken off a little bit. It's going. We could add a second one in there. Let's go ahead and add 2. And I'm going to go ahead and delete this stop. And I'm going to add another stop. Oh, and just as I do that, it comes back and breaks against us. It's breaking that natural trend line. I said if it broke that trend line, we'd get out. Come on, you dumb market. Don't wobble sideways. We don't want a wobbly market. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Come on, buddy. We don't want a weeble wobble. We want a good, solid, strong, trending market. Let's see what you can do for us. All right, I'm going to come in here, and since we're 2 now, we're going to come in here and we're going to trail this on the blue lights. And that's a little bit further back. We'll hold it right here until the blue light catches up, and then blue light will start to trail. So we won't have to watch. Oh, look, it's dying on us again. Come on, you wimpy thing. Keep her up there. We need to slip it a little Viagra. That's what I think. Slip this thing a little Viagra. All right, let's scale that. Is that scale? Okay, so let's let that run over here in this window, and let's see what else we got. Over here in the NASDAQ, we're on a 1-minute chart on the micro mini, and it looks like it's rallying. What the heck is going on here? Why is my... Maybe I need that auto scale on there. I don't know. All right, so now you can turn it back off. Kind of weird. All right, so now it's breaking. This one here is going long too. We got the S&P going. Dow, this is a range bar 6. Now, range bars are a little different. Range bar 6 means that you have 6 minimum moves, right? So before it gives you a new bar, and we don't know how long that's going to be. It can be any amount of time. This one over here, this is a 1-minute chart. So we're going to get a new price bar every minute. But these range bars, and these are also Heikin-Ashi range bars. So they're a little bit different. They're kind of unique in the sense that we have, look at this, breaking a previous high right here, right now. That's another good one we could be in. That's a nice one right there. We could get in right there. Let's see if it'll, see it broke it, pulled back. That's a good, I like the second breakout of that previous high. Right there's our buy signal. We're missing it right here too. This is another buy signal right in here, and that one's going for us. This one here. This Dow's a little bit weak. It broke that previous high right in there. You can see there's that previous high, and there's our buy signal coming in right there. But we were busy trading the S&P. So we got the S&P going. We're up $300 on that one. We're going to try and go for a little bit longer trade. We're going to let it wobble and weeble, and it's trying to break that previous high. So right now we're not even at break even. We could move our stop up to break even, but I want to just kind of stay behind that natural trend line. We can move it up just a little bit. It says it wants to move it. I told it to follow the blue light. We're going to move it up just a little bit right underneath that natural trend line. And get a little too aggressive. So we'll come in here and change that back to trail on the blue light. We'll just make sure that I want the computer to just kind of take over in case I would get busy doing something else, because I have a tendency to do that, get focused on doing something else, and then I miss out on my opportunity over here on the one that's running for us. All right. So, yeah, $300. Well, that's pretty good so far. I'm going to wait for one of these to pull back because, these markets have a tendency not to go straight up. Now, they did just here a minute ago. They did go straight up. They went straight up. Do you think it's going to continue to go straight up again? Probably not. Why? Because we're trading it. Just when we get in, Murphy's Law says, what the heck? I told this thing not to do that. Maybe I didn't. Yeah, I did. Why is it moving around on me? All right, here we go. Let's see what's going on. Where else are we going to? Let's look for a little pullback on here and an opportunity to get in on the first candle break a new high. All three of these are looking really good. Look at that breakout on the Russell. And we missed it. We're in we can't feel too bad. We're in that one there. We're in the S&P. Not my favorite market to day trade, but still waiting for something we can get into. These things are taking off. Let's wait and see if we don't get a little pullback on the Russell. There's a little pullback happening on the S&P. Let's keep strong there, buddy. Let's not get ugly on us. It looks like the yellow dot right now is right on the natural trend line. So if we wanted to, we could move that up. So we could come in here and go edit. I'll put it right on the yellow dot. Watch this. We'll go ATR, and it'll jump right to that yellow dot, which is right on the natural trend line. We're going to come down and edit and turn that right back off. Put it back on the bulls and bears blue light. We'll leave that right there where it's at. How's that sound? Perfect. All right. So now we're going to leave that right there. So they've got a new yellow dot, but I didn't advance it to that new yellow dot. Just going to leave it sitting right here, and then when the blue light catches up, it'll pick it up and carry it. I'm feeling a little bit of FOMO on this Russell here because of that Perfect little setup right there where it tried to break the previous high, pulled back, and on the second run it took off. Now the Dow had this little tiny pullback right in here. So we had the blue light break right in there. So this is our spider web. And we could probably, looks like it wants to break higher. Let's see what it's doing. And now it's giving us a little weakness, showing a little weakness. We don't like weakness. No weakness. Oh, look, lower lows. How about this one? We're getting a little tiny, what we call a little pennant formation in there. We want that thing to break out up to the upper side. We got this yellow lights intercepting. This is a micro mini, so we could take a little bit more risk because it's tiny little. So we'll see. We'll go in with that one. That S&P's got up to about $300 and then it stalled out. That's all it wants to give us. See if this NASDAQ wants to run a little bit more. That's a single on the micro. If it'll break, we'll put in another one. We could put in 2 or 3 here. We'll have to put one in right there. One more. All right, so we got 3 on the micro mini. So we could take one off right here. Could put one right in there. We'll just see how the micro does. See if that won't break out of that little triangle formation. Oh, Dow's flushing on us. That's not good. These things have a tendency to all kind of move together. They're like porpoises in the water. And they don't go perfectly together, but they all kind of like to go do the same thing. And so if that Dow's starting to flush, that's not good for the other markets. That's kind of an indicator that the other markets might flush. Remember, the Dow's the 30 big stocks. The S&P 500 is 500 big stocks. The Russell's 2,000 of the 3,000 of the Russell. There's actually Russell 3,000, and the 2,000 is the bottom 2,000 of the Russell 3,000. And then so the Russell 1,000 is the top 1,000 of the Russell of the 3,000 in the Russell. So keep that in mind. We're looking at the bottom, the Russell 2,000, more popular than the Russell 1,000, actually, believe it or not. Oh, that NASDAQ's now here we're getting our little pullback here on the Dow. The problem with the Dow is it's not really strong. We got a down arrow. I'm feeling disappointed here on the S&P. I want to see that be a little stronger. Almost want to put that put my stop up there to the yellow dot in case it comes back. Right now we're kind of barely sitting at break even. It's up 375. We're holding our stop back quite a ways here. Come on, NASDAQ. We're not getting anything out of that, baby. Come on, push higher, you lazy thing. It needs some Viagra, too. Russell, man alive. He took his blue pill. All right. Nicely done, Russell. Cousin Russell. Little disappointed over there in the Dow. S&P, at least it's keeping it up. At least it's keeping it up. It's not flushed down yet. If it flushes down, hits that yellow dot, I'll be really disappointed. We haven't even been able to get the blue dot up there yet. It's not moving as strong as it was before. We got 30 minutes till the bell closes. All right, we're long a little bit here. Just a list with 3 micros on the NASDAQ. I'm disappointed up there with the S&P. I think we're going to get a pullback on the S&P right here. It breaks above that previous high. The question is, you know what we can do is we got 2 in here. We can take this off. Let's do this because I'm worried a little bit about it coming back. We're going to put one stop. So we're going to take a stop and we're going to drop a stop in here. And we're going to edit that. We're going to trail this one. We're going to trail it on the ATR. All right. So we're going to put that one on the ATR. Watch it jump up there. And we're going to put another stop. We're going to put this stop down here on the blue light. And the blue light's moved past our break. You see there we just took our profits. We got knocked out. So we're going to go blue light here. Let that one run a little bit. So we're going to leave that one where it's at and let it go on the blue light. See, we got stopped out right there. That got flushed out. So we made $109 and try and hold on. Blue light's a little bit further back. See if it won't turn around and start to rally once again without stopping us out. But who knows? Nobody knows. We just play the odds here. We're going to get stopped out on the blue light too. So it hit that previous high, couldn't break through it, and flushed back down. Took us out $146 in profit. This one here, this rotten little thing, took us out too. Couldn't break above that previous high. Wimpy market. Look, we broke the natural trend line. That's not good. All right, delete all drawing tools. Let's come in here and reassess. Take a short position, Land. Take a short position. Well, I don't want to do that yet. Let's wait and see. We need to have an ABC pattern. ABC, guys, ABC. What's an ABC, Land? Let me show you. We're going to come in here, go to our slides, and ABC pattern, ABC. Let's see if we can come down here. This is ABC pattern. Okay, this is a pattern we were trading right here. This natural trend line, right? And then you get the ABCs as the market moves up through the pattern. But when it breaks below the natural trend line, then we have to start looking for it to go the other direction. So now we have an ABC pattern that looks like this. So this is the up pattern, ABC, right? We call that the Fibonacci bow tie because it uses that previous high as an area of support. So it comes down, it goes up, breaks back, touches off. That's a Fibonacci bow tie. Does the same thing going the other direction, A, B, C, D. So it goes down, right? We have these little Fibonacci bullish zones and bearish zones or sell zones, right? So we have buy zones and sell zones. And so we need this market to come down into the buy zone so we can look for it to start to rally once again. And those are the kind of the patterns that we're looking for. That's what we see right here, all right? So we're going to come back over and see if we can't watch for that to happen. But this is your Fibonacci bow tie, and it failed on us. So let me draw that Fibonacci bow tie in there. You start here, right? You have the pullback. The bow tie is supposed to go up and break above and then come back to this level and tie off right here. But it didn't. It couldn't even make it above it couldn't even break the previous high. That's why I was saying it needs a little Viagra. But we could get a little ABC in here. I mean, it's just showing weakness, just like it did the other day. It might come back, break this, and turn and start to rally up here, which means that our bow tie would be extended out here. Not really that pretty, but nonetheless, it would be your little bow tie here like this, right? And then we'd have our ABC pattern in there. So we may still get a little bit of a rally in here, but right now it's being stupid, which means that it could be a downslide, right? So if we come in here, let me pull this up full screen so you can see it a little better. All right, so it could end up being like this. So down, down, up, and then down like that. And that would be what we call a bat or a butterfly, depending on how you want to look at it. This is kind of more batish than butterfly, but that's a pattern that we call a bat. Okay, if it was a little stubbier, we'd call it a butterfly, but this is really long. So a butterfly pattern, this is called a Gartley pattern. So if you want to do a little research, go out and search on ChatGPT or go search on Google. You can look up Gartley patterns, and that's a Gartley pattern. And there's several of them, but this is a bat or a butterfly. If it's a little kind of stubbier like this, if it had a little bit stubbier view like that, and have this wing be not anticipate a big move like that, that would be a butterfly. All right. But since it's got this big, long trend all the way up here, those wings are longer. So we call those bats as opposed to a butterfly. Okay. So what you anticipate is if you got a big run up here, you get a little head like that, and then you kind of anticipate a flush back down. And we usually anticipate that right wing of that bat, not as long, right? It'd come back down to the Fibonacci level. So we might see that butterfly bat. So we get a bat wing on one side and a butterfly wing on the other. So that's kind of what we get. A retracement back, break this low, and then it would come down to the Fibonacci sweet spot, and maybe at the bottom of the Fibonacci sweet spot of that 61.8 retracement. That's kind of what we would anticipate. We got the down arrow. We're getting a little bit of a pullback. We could come in here. This is the micro. So we could come in and put a couple of short positions on here just in case that's what happens. Now, we don't know. It could continue to rally, right? Markets can do anything they want. These are just some reoccurring patterns that have happened in the past quite often, and we've kind of seen that happen. So we can put an order in there and see if it's going to happen again. That's all we do. We don't know. Just going to try it, see if it happens again. If it does, we'll put another order in there. Looks like it's fallen, so we can put a couple orders in there. Now we got 3 of them, so we'll put one limit here. We'll put another limit just as it breaks that previous low. So we'll put those in there. Three different target locations. I like that right there, kind of just above 61.8. We got this one in here at 38.2, or just inside of where this market breaks this previous high or this previous low. And then this one here, we got in here. This one actually is just at 38.2. This one's just inside of where this previous low is. We look for that thing to come down. If it doesn't, we got this trailing stop on the ATR, which is the average true range. We'll just leave that right there. And if it stops us out, well, we'll take a small loss. Yeah, and that's the way it is. Cut your losers short, let your winners run in anticipation of this pattern playing through. If it goes up and breaks us out, well, which it looks like it's going to do, this market's just dead. It's no fun at all. Doesn't want to follow through. That would mean we'd have to then consider a long position and see if it's not going to break up and continue higher and go up into the bow tie instead, which is this direction, right? So the bow tie would take us up here. But it's got a trend. It can't just sit here and wobble sideways, this stupid, crappy market. If it just sits here and goes sideways and bounces from high to low, you just get your hiney handed to you and your wheels ripped off. So got to wait and kind of wait for a confirmation, see if we want to take it or not. That's a little disappointing. We thought we might get that drawdown back into the Fibonacci sweet spot, but now it's saying, hey, we're going to go long again. All right, well, you want to try it? Nice little ABC pattern in there. If it be the second attempt at trying to break that previous high on the second attempt, it'll oftentimes go, right? Which is what we saw over on was it the Russell that made that little ABC right there at the break? Now, if it fails and turns and starts to flush out right here, I'll be really upset because we just got stopped out again, just as the market flushes lower. It's got no strength to it. Just look at volume and you can see that there's no strength in there. There's no strength in its navel and there's no marrow in its bones. Bam, bam, lad, knock that off. Come on, you rotten dog. Come on, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? NASDAQ usually moves a little bit more decisively, which is kind of why I'm focused on it. We can go look and see what the other markets are doing, but I take my eye off this one, then it'll take off and run. And what the heck is going on here? Why is that market being so stupid? Scale chart. I don't know what's going on. Scaling on this thing has gone completely. What the heck is going on? I don't know what I did. Scaling is completely whacked out. All right, delete all drawing tools. Let's start this baby over. Come on, come on, come on. Look at the Russell flushing back down too. S&P, lots of topping and bottoming tails, no decision, no decisiveness. That NASDAQ's the only thing that's looking like there might be some sort of, if it might give us an opportunity to take a long position here. If it'll break those yellow dots and start to rally. But look at all the topping and bottoming tails. It's just dead. And this is kind of the way it was what's today? Today's Tuesday, last Thursday when we did day trading in the afternoon in Power Hour. It was the same way. We just kind of fought and fought and fought and fought. Couldn't make any money and just barely could recover what we had. Just nothing. And then right like 10 minutes before the bell, the thing just took off and went to the moon. But that was after I'd stopped trading. Okay, so we got the NASDAQ getting ready. I thought it was going to break those yellow dots and go up. All we can do is sit on our hands at this point. Ain't nothing happening. Yeah, you're missing out on a short position on the Russell then. Well, not really, because it's not really making an ABC pattern. It's just, to me, this looks like an ABC pattern going still up. So up, down. This is just a counter trend coming down here. And we want to catch the trend, right? So when it reverses and starts to go back up, we can draw our natural trend line in there once again and determine, you got this one here, your natural trend line there. But now, as long as it stays above there, if it break that yellow dot and those blue lights, they come in at the same time, kind of intercept right out in here maybe. See, we're getting an interception here. We can take a long position. As long as it stays above that natural trend line. It's coming back down to the yellow delta cone of probability. Oh, look at the NASDAQ. Flushed out the bottom. I thought we were going to get a break. So this one here, we draw our trend line in across there, kind of respecting it at that point, and then it broke it. So is it going to respect it here on the Russell? There's nothing really here. This one kind of, it's just sideways. It ain't nothing. Ain't nothing really there. Kind of a, that's our RAF, cone of probability. See if it breaks below that RAF. This thing's kind of dead too. It's getting a little ABC pattern in there. A, kind of a little B, C in here. It's kind of lazy. Breaking to the downside. This one's breaking to the downside. Everything's breaking to the downside. Nothing clean. Need a clean setup. Need a clean setup. Let's go see what people are saying over here. Good to see you, Bruce. Nice to see you. Good afternoon. We got Kirk in here saying hello. We got a bunch more people watching the video than what we got saying hi. If you guys want to say hello, we'll make you famous. Bring your little marquee up. It's good to see a couple of you guys saying hello today. Maybe you're following along. Maybe you're doing better than I am. Okay, we're getting a little break here on the Dow. It's trying to go higher. But my question is it going to hold? Getting a little triangle wedge formation in here on the longer term trend. So right there's our natural trend line there. And then we bring in this little wedge pattern right across the bottom. See if it'll break out one direction or the other. Oftentimes what happens, we'll get our first breakout, boom, and then it'll come back and then it'll go again. So I don't want to go on the first breakout. We'll wait and see. It might. Sometimes it just breaks out and goes like a rocket and you miss it. Then you feel bad. Kind of like what's happened here on the NASDAQ. It's just flushing out the bottom of that natural trend line break. We'll look and see if that won't turn around too. We're bouncing off the bottom of this S&P 1 minute, this band right here. You can see this natural, this is called the RAF indicator. See if it'll break and make a new high. If it'll intercept on those blue lights and yellow lights. If those two things come together at a sharp point and we're at there and it starts to turn, that'd be a good place to be getting in for a long position. We want to see those things come together. Let's see if this will pull back. It's trying to break out of this natural trend line. It's breaking across this previous high here on the Dow, right here, right now. See if we can get some volume. We got a little green volume happening. If this is the leader, we'll watch and see if some of these won't follow up. We could get into the S&P right here. in anticipation of this market coming and bouncing off the bottom of this and going up, at least back up to the top of it. We'll wait just a second here. Wait just a second. Come on. It's the first candle to break a new high. Let's go ahead and take it. We're going to stick that in there. And we're going to bring this right up here for now. We're just going to put that right there. If it turns and flushes, we'll just get right back out again with very small loss. And then we're going to trail if that blue light ever comes. We'll actually trail the ATR if that thing ever comes around. If it pops that yellow dot and that yellow dot drops to this side, that stop will start to trail on that. So it'll do it automatically while we're watching these other things. The Russell broke that natural trend line. So it's coming down. I only have one on the S&P. I don't trust it with more than one. What the heck? Where did my chart just go? What the heck is going on? I got a auto scale is turned off. Turn on auto scale. I don't know. Jumping all over the place. I'm really having problems with the scaling today. All right. We broke out and we're not going to give it wondering if it's going to give me a look back. Here's the NASDAQ pulling back. Now I wonder if the NASDAQ's going to rally and run for us. Got the S&P. We only have a single on there right now. I didn't trust it with two. This is a downtrend here. This looks like a little counter trend to the ups to the downside. Just a pullback and then, but everything else is running long. So it's the lagger. Don't usually see the NASDAQ be a lagger. The Dow's not going to come back. It's not giving us that ABC. Come on, you buddy. Give us just a little pullback. The S&P's just, what the heck did the S&P jump for? What are you doing? Just stay where I put you. Stay there. Stay there. All right. Okay. Are we going to break higher on this? Is this going to be our little ABC pattern? Let's bring this down here. And that's our natural trend line. Is that going to be, is that what that's going to be? Oh, let's look at this thing. It's dying on us. Get back here. I think we're going to add one in here. Didn't it go? What happened? We're going to give that one a shot. We'll just put one contract on it. We're not getting nothing out of this market. Come on, you lazy boogers. There we go. That Dow's giving us just a little pullback. If it touches that yellow dot, I'll put one on. If it breaks, first candle break a new high, I'll put one on. There we go. Okay, we're going to add one into there. Put a second one on. We'll bring this one down to 45,100. We'll leave that one up there where it's at. All right, come on. We got to make a little bit of money today. We got to have some passive income money. Go put this over in our passive portfolio. Okay, we're getting a little bit better on that S&P. It's making me feel a little better. We could have added a second one on when it broke that candle to break a new high, but I was too focused over here on the Dow, so I missed that opportunity. It looks like we're going to get stopped out on the Russell. It's not going to go. Come on, you lazy thing. All the rest, everybody else is going up. Why are you going down? Oh, that's our notification. Market's closing in 15 minutes. That Dow's that Russell's going to take away. Good thing I only got in with one. All right, what are we going to do here on the NASDAQ? It's being lazy. Come on, everybody else is running NASDAQ. What are you being so lazy for? We're not getting much out of that. That Dow's starting to lose a little strength. Come on, Dow. Keep it up there. Come on. Oh, don't flush on us. I'm not going to let it take any money away from us. If it gets back to zero, I'm going to just take it off. I don't trust it. Same thing here. Let's just take that off. Ah. What is going on with this market today? We can't get nothing out of here. You just wait. This is where I get frustrated. I'm like, all right, I'm done for the day. All we could do is get $95 out of this rotten little market. We got to take commissions and fees out of that. They haven't done anything. Just tread water. But this is where we broke out yesterday, right? Or last week. And the market took off and ran like a banshee. And I stopped just as it took off like a rocket ship. Watching that Russell down there with all that red volume to the short side. Well, look at the NASDAQ. Flushing out the bottom. Testing that previous low right there, right now. Right here. Well, okay, Russell looks like it wants to go up. That's a nice little buy signal right there on the Russell if it'll break higher right there. We could take a small test entry right there on the Russell. If it'll just give us a little indication. Just go in with one. I don't trust it. Just a single. We're going to put this up. It's flushing. I can't believe it. What a worthless market. The arrows are pointing down, Lynn. Yeah, but it's bouncing off of that natural trend line. And usually it'll come down and bounce off that. And the yellow dots were coming in for an intercept. I thought it might go up right there. $10-minute bell's coming up. 49. Where are we at? 1 minute till the 10-minute bell. Oh, that was it. There's the 10-minute bell. Look at the NASDAQ flushing off the bell. There goes the Russell. Now it's trying to break. Let's take that. It's a late entry, but we'll see if we can't get a couple off there going into this last 10 minutes. And there we go with the, okay, we're going to try it with the Dow as well. All right. This is what happened last time. The last 10 minutes, the market took off and started to run. We'll see if we can catch it right now too. We haven't had any luck today. This market's just been weak and dead for the last 45 minutes. I haven't done anything but just struggle. See if we can't get anything out of this thing. Come on. This is not good because the Nasdaq's still going down. And the S&P is trying to go up. Here comes the Nasdaq. Going to break that previous high. You're going to give us anything? Come on. You got to push higher than that, harder than that. You got to go. You got to go. You got to go. Come on. We got two of them. Russell, we caught a little bit on the Russell. Let's see if it'll keep going. This one here we can bring down. We just put it right. We'll just take our profits right there on that one just to be careful. And then we'll let this next one run. So it took a little bit off as it broke that previous high just because this market's been so wimpy weak. Come on. I almost feel like we haven't got the, what's going on here? We could take one off at the previous high here too. Ah, you stopped us out, you wimpy thing. Now watch it take off. That happens. We're going to try again. Just with a single. Come on, break higher. Come on. Got green volume. This thing's so wimpy. That's about all we're going to get out of the Russell too. Nah, that Dow's not going to go. Not going to go for us. Come on. It's our last shot. Come on, Dow. Come on, hungry hippo. Go up. That's dead. All right, we're done. All right, we're done. I'm sick of it. Sick of this lousy, rotten market. Okay, where are we going to go from here? Let's go over to our class portfolio. Come on, pull up. Where are you? Okay, today is Thursday. What's today? Tuesday. Tuesday, power hour. Today's the 28th. Right there. And how much did we? 135. 135. That ain't nothing because we blew it all in commissions. So we'll throw that in there for now. 135. We got to at least come in here and on a Tuesday, market green. Boom, 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 boom. Small winning day. Nothing to write home to mommy about. What a rotten day. Best we could do. All right. We ain't got much money to pull over and put over in here into our cash cow portfolio. I can't remember how much we pulled over. We didn't do a very good job of keeping track of this. How much did we pull over last time? The cash we put over here. We took some, because we took some money out of here already. I don't know. We need to track that better. I'll go back and look and see because I got to write that down. Because this is, if we're going to take money out of here and put it over here, we should really have it recorded somewhere. But they're kind of separate. This is best we can do with the simulated environment that we're working within. All right, that's it. There we go. We'll work on the cash cow portfolio on what's today? Today's Tuesday, Wednesday. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, 8:00 a.m. We'll work on our cash cow venture capitalist portfolio. Okay, UBI, Universal Basic Income, ROCC. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Look at this dead thing. Look at this. Oh well, Russell flushing here on the range 6. We were trying to go long here. Dead. Look at the Dow, just completely dead. S&P dead. Disappointing day. All right, guys. I got a Sunday school lesson for you. Let's come in here, talk about Sunday school. Don't feed the piranhas. All right? Become a piranha. Retail traders are drawn to hot, low-cost breaking news markets like moths to a lamp. Professional traders or piranhas love to scalp these markets. They too seek out hot breaking news markets where they feed off of unskilled, I call them Robin Hood traders, because a lot of guys try to day trade with their little iPhones. Can't do that. All right. Best to avoid these markets until you have a professional level trading platform and have mastered your trading skills. So if you want to be a day trader, don't try to do it on your cell phone because you're going to get your hiney handed to you. It's hard enough to do it when you got a professional level trading platform, let alone trying to do it on your iPhone. So go get you a trading platform that's worth having. All right. Go get you one of these platforms. If you want to do the day trading stuff like we did today, and maybe you'll catch a nicer market than the one we had today. Rotten, lousy thing just went sideways. So, get you that live futures trading platform. We're going to use the track and trade stocks version of this software tomorrow. So go do that, and we will work on our stock trading tomorrow. That Russell's flushing. Makes you wish you would have taken that one short. Yeah, so that one finally dropped. We were looking for it to go long. It went long over here. Off of that ABC, it waited clear till way over here. Then it took off and then flushed. It's very hard to trade. What the heck? There's that butterfly pattern we were talking about. Not very well formed, but it kind of that little head and shoulder ABC pattern right in there. Look at that. There's that little butterfly here. I'll draw it in there for you. That's a little Gartley pattern right in there. Right there. See that? That's what we were talking about earlier. So that's a little Gartley pattern. So if you want to learn patterns, you can go look up Gartley on the internet and you'll see a couple more of these Gartley patterns. But it's kind of how that thing turned out. Not as pretty as I'd like to have seen that drop down in here, but not bad. I mean, it's kind of a Gartley pattern in there. All right, guys, we're going to let you go. Have a good evening, and we will see you tomorrow, 8:00, bright and early.